Let's get the biggest blogger in the world. I mean, we here, man. Few more months, you know what I'm saying? So we in the fourth quarter, and I ain't gonna lie, fourth quarter for me is like, it's really like my quarter, man. I'm like Jordan when it comes to the fourth quarter. Like, I'm not missing nothing. Like, people start being tired. They don't want to work. This is when I kind of like, you know, I always got my Timbs on, but like I really put my Timbs on, like 40 belows. I get crazy on the fourth quarter, but you know the vibes, man. Keep it a stack with Biz. And it's a lot of business going on right now, big business going on. And I got my guy, man, Mogul Lifestyle, a.k.a. the Self-Storage King in the building. You heard?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's get to the money, my guy.
You're already glad to be here, bro.
Man, appreciate you for pulling up, man.
Yeah.
You know, we in Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
How familiar are you with Long Island? Because I know you're a Brooklyn cat and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Hempstead, I know a little about Hempstead, Valley Stream, a couple of my guys that live out here. But you know, when you in Brooklyn, I don't go nowhere else. I'm in Brooklyn. Like growing up, it's like, listen, that's it. This is where I'm at with my block. And if it ain't Brooklyn, it ain't nothing else. You know what I mean? So, but I know a little bit about Long Island.
No doubt, man. Well, we glad to have you, man. You know, the Brooklyn to Long Island connection is real, and I know a lot of hustling cats from Brooklyn. Yeah. A lot of, it's crazy, man. You gotta love a Brooklyn dude, man. That's just like, y'all just be having that ambition, man.
Oh, yeah, it's different.
You could go anywhere and be like, yo, where Brooklyn at? And somebody gonna be like, yo. Yeah. It's like, yo, I'm in North Carolina shouting out Brooklyn and somebody's out here, man. Yeah. Well, how was it like growing up in Brooklyn?
Oh, man, it's pride, bro. It's just like that energy that you have. It's like, yo, I'm from Brooklyn. If I could make it anywhere, you feel me? Right. It's like in New York overall, but when you in New York, Brooklyn. But when you go out of town, you represent New York. So it's a certain energy, competition. So even when growing up, like in school, right, I gotta be the flyest. Gotta get the best chicks, right? Right. Gotta be the best on the court. Whatever I'm doing, I gotta be the best, bro. So that's really what I love about growing up in Brooklyn. Obviously, you know, you got the other side of it, you know what I mean? Being able to, you jump off the sidewalk, you know what I mean? You be in the streets real fast. But ultimately, bro, it breed winners. The results show.
Was you a big Jay-Z fan being from Brooklyn, or did you still like listen to Nas?
Oh, nah, Jay-Z all the way. So this was funny, right? All my old heads, my OGs, right? They always was playing Jay, and I never got what he was saying. I was young. I'm like, he dropping all these games. I don't really get it. Once I got older, and I started going back and listening to it again. I'm like, oh nah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
Hov been saying like Audemars on my wrist.
Been putting us on. all that.
Cristal.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
What's the difference between 4.0 and a 4.5?
Yeah.
Crazy, man. That's what's up, bro. Yeah. So, other than just, all of the moves you've been making recently, man, like, I want to know, like, what was the, like, transition from, like, having nothing to having, like, everything? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, having nothing to having everything that you were working hard to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that moment like for you?
It's a journey, bro. It's a process. Even still, it's a process, right? So, my mom passed away when I was 12, the cancer. My grandmother all good. My grandmother that raised me, because my mom passed away. She passed away 2 years after that when I was 14. So I was raised by my dad, single father, you feel me? But he working 40, 50 hours a week, trying to keep the bills paid. So now we outside now, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's only 3 things that they tell us that we could do growing up in the hood. It's either you're going to be an athlete. Yep. So I'm like, I'm going to go to the league. That didn't work out, right? It got cut, you know what I mean? Ball? I was playing ball, JV, Paul Robe, high school in Brooklyn. But, you got to be best of the best to go to the A.
Especially back in the day.
You got to be best of the best to go to the A. So that didn't work. Then I started rapping, doing some music. That didn't work. You know what I mean? So then I got into the streets, you know what I mean? So it just showed me that it got to be another opportunity. It got to be something different, man. And, I went away to college, and I was doing some things on college that I shouldn't have been doing. Got arrested.
Wow.
Got kicked out of school. Had to fight to get back in.
Which college?
I went to University of Albany, upstate New York.
Okay.
So I fought to get back in school, ended up graduating, got my bachelor's in business management.
Clap it up for that, man.
Yeah, appreciate that.
That's major.
But that was the turning point for me, bro, because I was in college, right? And I'm seeing all these different people that don't look like me, and they worried about credit. They worried about having a career. They worried about stocks, savings. And I'm like, I'm wearing Louis, Gucci, Prada. They're like, we don't care about that. We worried about, do you have money in the stock market, right? And that's where everything started to shift for me. And now, bro, it's just a blessing, right? So I pull up to the hood and I give back all the time. And, you know, all the young homies on the block, I pull up with the Lambo. They're like, yo, that's my car. And I'm like, I remember when I used to be the same one on the street, like, yo, that's my car. You feel me? So it just feel good. It's a blessing. You be grateful, because also too, bro, there's a lot of people that didn't make it to this point. You know, I got homies that they didn't make it. You know what I mean? That's in jail. You know, so it's just really a blessing, bro.
How is like, you know, the response from, you know, people like, you know, with the, you know, when you started to like where you now, you know, like, was there anybody that kind of like fronted on you and didn't think you was gonna make it, and now you like you get around and you're like, yo, I was trying to tell you I was putting this together, you know what I mean? Because you know how it is, like once you make it to a certain part, it's like people sit back and they be like, man, I knew you was gonna do it, but be low key hating at the same time. So it's like, you know, that energy be different, you know, especially from your hometown, especially from, you know, friends and family, certain people, individuals that was around, you know what I'm saying, and now they see you shining and they like, you feel me? They busting them U-turns.
Now that's real, bro. And my uncle used to always tell me growing up, like, yo, everybody that start with you can't go with you, right? Like, everybody can't make it. And I'm like, you can't tell me. For me, growing up, I'm like, listen, when I get in the door, everybody with me, all the homies, right? That was just my mindset, because you young and you just think that that's how it's gonna go. And that's not how it went for me, you feel what I'm saying? And one of my closest, my right-hand man, he did a 6-year sentence. He just came home like last year, so a year and a half ago. But we had a conversation, because when I was telling him, like, yo, bro, I'm about to go get into real estate. I'm gonna buy $1 million house. Like, let's cut out what we doing over here. Let's go full-fledged. I'm paying for mentorship. I bought this course. You know, I picked up a job at Walmart, bro. I was working at Walmart and Best Buy. So just to think about making money and then saying, nah, I'm not doing that, and I'm gonna go do a job, right? And they're like, yo, you bugging, bro. That ain't it. And then now it's like, damn, you did it, right? But I got love, actually. It's like, yo, you did what you said you was going to do. But I did get people that was like, they ain't believe in it because they ain't never see it, you feel me? But now that we done it,
it's
like,
everybody see the vision.
Exactly, you know? So I get the love, actually. It's like, it ain't really no hit. It's like, yo, you did what you said you was going to do. We ain't believe you, but damn, show me how you did it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now put me on.
Yeah.
It's crazy, though, because like you said, you was doing 2 jobs. Nobody wants to work these days, bro. Like, I don't know what it is or whatever, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. This new era, I guess they see like how you can go viral and you can make money in social media and all of that. But it's like, you know, back in the day, I feel like it was more like, all right, you know what? Get on that job, and while you're on that job, take that job money. You know what I mean? Whatever job it was, whether, you know what I'm saying, you was fast food, you know, raking leaves, shoveling snow. Like, you know what I'm saying? You take that money and you put it into like wherever you wanted to go with your career. But now it's kind of like, I feel like this new era and the new generation feel like, you know, if you have a job, that's kind of lame. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't one of them if you got a job. But I always tell people, man, ain't no better income than steady income. You know what I'm saying? Because like being an entrepreneur, and one day making a killing till next day you wake up and you looking up at the ceiling, you ain't got nothing. It's like, you know, you gotta have that your mental, you know what I'm saying, your mind frame, your mindset. You gotta be able to hit that switch and be like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna figure it out all over again. You know what I mean?
You're right, bro. I think the new generation is social media, bro. Social media is a highlight reel. So people showing, oh, I made this, I made that, but not showing, all right, how long did it take you to get there, right? Matter of fact, you made $100,000, but how much did you lose? You feel what I'm saying? So I think
nobody posting their failures.
They not posting the failure. They only posting the wins, and some of the wins is not even really real wins. It's somebody else win, right? So I think you got to be able to see through that. And for me, you know, work ethic is work ethic. Whether you working at McDonald's, like for me, when I worked at Walmart, Best Buy, I was working hard. Just say I work in my business. You feel me? I think a hustler's a hustler. You feel me? Just a mindset. But my dad told me this when I was young. He always said, you know, a job stands for just over broke, right? But don't It doesn't mean you don't start with the job. You just don't end with the job. So you got to use the job as your business partner. So I'm in there working. I'm learning about marketing. I'm learning about sales. I'm learning about human resources, right? A lot of people at these jobs, but they not looking at it. How could I use this as experience to go put in my business? You know what I'm saying? And if you do that, you be straight.
Definitely, man. You just had a cash flow boot camp, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that? And like, what you gonna do it again?
Yeah, we do these boot camps 4 times a year, so every quarter.
Fire.
We just had the recent one. We're gonna do it again next year. The cash flow boot camp. So I'm in self-storage, right? I buy self-storage facilities. The U-Hauls, the extra space, the public storage.
Chop it up for that, man.
That's what I do. Yeah,
that's fire.
But, I buy independent mom and pop. So not the big corporations or the small one that you might drive by that say Joe's self-storage. That's what I buy. You feel me? And we rent those out.
That's fine.
And I teach, train, and mentor people all across the country on how to get into the industry with no money out of their pocket.
How do people tap in with you to like get one of your mentorships?
Just join a boot camp of mine. Boot camp is free, so that's the cool part about it. It's a free boot camp because I want to make sure I give you the information, and then the execution is on you. After that, if you want to get more, because I don't charge for information, I charge for my time. Right. So game is out there. Do it yourself. Run with it. But if you want me to stop what I'm doing and give you a step-by-step blueprint, then it's an investment. But they could just tap in on Instagram, mogul lifestyle.
That's definitely dope.
Yeah.
What do you think are like some of the biggest like misconceptions when it comes to like finances that people might have?
People think that they need a bunch of money to get started, bro. Because think about it, like LA, Brooklyn, just city, New York City, period. Look at all these big buildings, bro. Look at these apartment buildings. We walk past them every single day, but we never think that we could own it. Somebody else own it. We never for once stop and think we can own it because we think we need a bunch of money. When really you don't. You just need strategy, right? So I think people need to understand that if you build your credit the right way, you could go to a bank, right? Chase Bank right now is giving out up to $150,000, right?
Y'all heard that?
Up to $150,000, Chase Bank. So somebody that's on the block right now, or wherever you at in school, I don't care where you are. If you need capital, you need to build your credit, right? Make sure you got a decent business, and you can go get that type of money. And now you use that capital to go and you buy a business, you buy self-storage, you get into whatever industry you want to get into. So I think that's the misconception. They think they need a bunch of money.
Because if you're walking by a building, you ain't even on. You're like, I would never be able to own one of these things. Yeah. So how many self-storage units spots do you have?
Right now, I got 5 facilities, over 500 units, 542 units to be exact. Make up of 5 different facilities.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Clap it up for that, man.
Appreciate you.
Mogul lifestyle out here going crazy, man. That's dope. When it comes down to like a team, right? Because no matter what you're doing, it's almost impossible to do everything by yourself. How did you build that right team, or like how did you even like find certain people to be like, you know what, I want you on my team, or things like that? Like how did you put that team together?
My family, bro. So actually, I walked in early and I was on FaceTime with my brothers. So it's 3 of us, and we buy businesses together. We put together a mentorship program.
Bro. So that's what's up.
It's people that we born together, grew up together. You know what I'm saying? I got a twin brother. My older brother 3 years older than me, and then my twin brother, I'm older than him by 3 minutes, but it's us 3.
That's crazy.
And we know that this is a model that we have. Like, I love you more than like I love myself. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna go harder for you than I'll go for myself. If we both feel that way, that's how we win. And when we show up that way, it just impacts everybody else that's on our team, because they be inspired by what we was able to do.
No, I can see that.
Yeah.
How would for the people that's tuned in and watching, and they might be like, damn, I want to get started, I want to figure this out, but they have bad credit, like horrible credit, and there's so many different credit repairs. When I'm scrolling on Instagram, if I make a mistake and like one of those credit fix videos, now I got 10 of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do people really start the process of fixing bad credit? Like what's like one of the first steps to like getting that process started?
The first step is to identify what's negative on your credit report, right? It's like if you're not feeling well, you sick, you got to go get diagnosed. Go to the doctor, get diagnosed. So the first thing is You can go in credit check total, identity IQ, my FICO score now, right? And you can pull your credit for free, right? Or $1, right? And what I want to do for everybody that's tapping in is website called Mogul Credit Boost. I offer free credit repair. So I got a software with literally it'll repair your credit and it's free. But if you do have bad credit, while you working on cleaning up your credit, right? We leverage what we call an operating agreement play. So if I have an LLC, right, and I have somebody else that's around me, my partner of mine, family member of mine, if they have good credit, I can put them on my LLC on an operating agreement as a member. So now I go to Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, any bank that you choose to go to, and when you apply, they're gonna pull the person's credit that's on the operating agreement that has the best score, right? So you could have a business partner for the business, So if I don't have the best credit, I'm gonna still leverage somebody else.
I never knew that.
Put them on and go get the bag.
That's free game right there.
It's a fact.
It's fire. But like, even like as far as like an LLC, it's people, even though there's Google's been around for all these years, people still don't know how to even go about getting an LLC. Like, what's the steps?
What's this very simple.
like what's the steps on like getting an LLC, and then like what are even like some of the benefits of having an LLC, because it's different types of LLCs.
Absolutely. So I want to make this very simple, right? I want everybody to know that you can go get your credit fixed for free, right? You can go get an LLC for free, right? So it's a website called Bizee, Bizee, right? And they offer free LLC formation. All you got to do is pay the state fee, right? So in New York, it's probably about $200 for the state fee, but to get the actual LLC, it'll cost you nothing, right? And they'll set it up. The LLC is a limited liability company, so it's just a document that's filed with the Secretary of State. Once you get that LLC, then you want to build it up to be compliant. So you need to get a website, you need to get a business email, a business phone number, business address, and all this stuff you could Google, right? It's a company called Opus, and you pay them $100 and they'll get you an address, phone number, email. You can get an LLC set up in a couple days, really. So it's not as hard as people may think it is. You could just really go and Google it and get that.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Get them LLCs, man. It's about to be a new year.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And speaking of like LLCs, right? Especially like obviously during the pandemic, everybody was going PPP crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of scams, lot of different things going on. What is like the proper way, or like what should people think about before they even try to like get a large, even through Chase, like the 150,000 that they're offering? Like, what's the proper way to look for, like, to be funded
to go get
capital?
So I always say you rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Because if you go in
again, that was fire.
You gotta have it and not need it, then need it and not have it, right? Because if I call you up and I'm like, yo, I gotta play, we got to go make some money. Now I gotta go to the bank. It's gonna take me some time. I want to have it available.
Yeah, you might have lost out on the opportunity.
Exactly. So this is why we go for business credit cards. The reason why we go for business credit cards because I can go apply with Chase, right? Let's say they give me $50,000. It's 0% interest on that card for 12, 18 months, but I don't pay on it until I use it. So now I know I got $50,000 in my pocket. I'm not using it. I'm not paying nothing on it. But now I can learn, network, get with you. We really figure out what we're going to do. And now I see I have a real opportunity to make some money. Then I could go take the money off the card. But if you go get a business loan, right, you got to pay on it right away. So I don't advise anybody to go get a business loan starting out. That's what happened with PPP. It was a loan. So now you got the money now. You got to figure out what to do with it. You make the wrong moves. It burn a hole in your pocket. You spending it the wrong way, which a lot of people did. Now you got to figure out how to pay that back.
The kid said he never seen more Dior sneakers and and crab legs, shit like that. It was hilarious. Around that time, man, people were going crazy. Blew them bands quick.
Yep, everybody was blowing it when like that could have. For a lot of people that I know in my circle, like PPP loans, a lot of people made millions during the pandemic. Yeah. If you knew what to do with it, you know what I mean?
You made the right moves at the right time. Yeah. Absolutely.
I know a lot of millionaires that was made during the pandemic.
What do you feel like is like, especially with the climate right now, you know what I'm saying? Like we was talking about the record labels kind of like collapsing and just the economy, real estate, like, everything is expensive. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have a family. Like, what are some good investments that people should look towards? Like, you know, even in the crypto world, you know what I mean? Like, what are some smart choices you think people should be gearing up for, especially coming into like this new year? Like, what should they be thinking about? Because, you know, not everybody's an entrepreneur, but I know a lot of people be looking for that free game, and they be looking for that motivation to start a business. You know what I mean? Whether it's a food business, real estate, what are like some moves that people should like focus on or start to, like, if they're planning on, like, you know, getting capital to like figure out what to do with the capital? Yeah.
So this is the I call it the 2-year millionaire blueprint, bro.
Okay.
For anybody, right? Because not everybody talented like you that could network and connect and got skill sets and all the things that you could build a business up like you done, or me. A lot of people don't have that skill set, right? So I say the fastest and the best thing that you want to do is buy a business that is already built. And you want to buy a boring business that's recession-proof, right? So self-storage is a boring business that's recession-proof. That's why I'm a self-storage king, right? People need it. When the pandemic was at its peak, right? Self-storage was on a boom. Why? Because a lot of people was relocating, right? Moving out of the city, going somewhere else because it was working from home, right? Prices high. People rent out storage units.
I want to get into that business, man. I think we might have to talk off of the podcast.
Absolutely.
Man, I just had to grab up a storage unit, right? You know what I mean?
So now we gotta get you to be the owner of it now. You know what I mean?
That's how I'm feeling. I'm like, you know, they once that money come out of your account, you know, when the auto pay, you're like, oh damn, I forgot about that. You know
Simple.
What I mean?
And it's cash flow, right? So we just bought three facilities maybe about 8 months ago, right? But the facilities was owned for 30 plus years. It's already making money, already got customers, already have marketing systems.
Already there.
It's set. I don't need to do anything different. I can go get my capital and buy something that's already cash flowing, right?
Are you branding these self-storage facilities? Like,
no, we just keep it the same way. So
keep it the same name?
Same name. We don't want to change nothing up because if that facility already has a great relationship with the people in the area, is local, people know it, I just want the cash. From you can keep the credit. Yeah, I mean, I just want the fortune. I don't need the fame. I don't need my name on it, right? It's a local business that everybody's used to, because if you change the name up, in some cases, now people start, all right, I'm leaving now, you know, because people be, you never know. So we typically don't brand it.
So how do you go about, you know, getting these businesses and keeping the names, like without the person's name being like, well, we don't want your business, or we don't want to do business with you per se, like.
So when we buy the business, they actually have to assign the rights over to the name, right? Okay. So we get the website, the Facebook, the email database, everything that comes with it, they assign it over to you, right? In the contract. That's dope. So that's how we get the rights to it. And you can leverage it to go get capital now. So if I buy this business, it's already 30 years old, it's been making 2, 3, 4 million, whatever the case may be, I can now go to the bank and say, look, I got a business that's bringing this money. Can you give me some more capital? So it's really a shortcut. Self-storage is just one business. One of my students bought a dry cleaning business. Another student bought a pack and ship business. But long story short, you want to buy businesses that are recession-proof, that no matter what happens, it's going to be here. Think in the pandemic, laundromats are still open. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Other businesses closing down, laundromats are still open.
My homie Asian Stan, he owned a bunch of laundromats, so I already know. I'm about to get a recession-proof business, man. Yeah, that's. I mean, I kind of have one, but 2 is better than 1, right?
As many as you can. Yeah, I mean, as long as you got the money. Nah, you know, that's really the blueprint. I wouldn't recommend anybody that's new to start a business from scratch. You know, unless you have the skill set, the will, it's gonna take time, bro. Yeah. You know, you're not gonna make millions overnight, but you can make 5 or 6 figures a month if you just buy something that somebody else already built and is already set up in place. You know, you just kind of keep the systems going.
What keeps you motivated to, like, you know, look for more businesses, or just to make moves, just to, you know, go out here and network? You know, I seen you you know, you're very motivated on Instagram. I see you motivating others. You know, I was watching another podcast that you were on, and said you know, for schooling, you raised $50 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to
appreciate that.
You know, especially for that cause. You know what I mean? You know, your father. How many kids you got?
2.
2 kids.
2 boys.
That's
3 years old, 1 year old.
Blessing. Oh, yo, you got babies.
Got babies.
You still in the stroller game and all that.
That's a fact. Yeah, I mean the pandemic babies.
We're pandemic babies. Okay. Yeah, I got 3 kids, man. And,
how old are they?
my oldest is 12.
Okay.
Autistic. And my other son is 8 and my daughter is 6.
Okay.
So yeah,
So you out of the stroller phase.
out of the stroller game. I ain't gonna lie. When I be seeing them strollers pass by, man, it be giving me anxiety, man. I be like, man, moving around and you gotta back them strollers out. It's a different move.
Definitely got to pack it in the trunk. All
yeah,
right. A whole nother.
salute, man.
Yeah.
Good dad gang, man. Gotta salute the good dad gang.
Yes, sir.
Being a father too and a businessman, like your morals and your principles, like did that come from your father? Like watching how your father carried, especially being like a single dad.
I'm not single. I got a wife.
No. I'm talking about your father.
Oh, my dad.
Because of.
I'm
just saying, like, seeing how your father was managing everything.
Yeah, my father, he played a critical role, pivotal role, an important role in me growing up. Just seeing him. Like he struggled, but he never let us see it. You know what I'm saying? And once you get older, you realize like, oh man, like they kept the lights on.
Exactly.
Oh man, this is what that notice was on the door. This was that, man. Like I never realized it. So, but he always put some. He always told me, man, make the clothes. Clothes don't make the man. 'Cause I remember growing up, all I wanted was Louis, Gucci, Prada. And he would put certain things in my head. I didn't understand it back then, but now I understand. So. When I'm giving back, right, we got a scholarship fund where we help high school students get into college, right? We raise this capital to go put these students in college. That's because my dad instilled these things into me, right, to give back, right? And really just having spiritual alignment, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that, it's karma, so whatever you get out.
Prayed up.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Definitely gotta stay prayed up, man. Yeah, man, mogul lifestyle, self-storage king.
Yeah, bro.
Where'd all these names come from? Like you said, they
I had a bunch
used to call you Knowledge back in the day.
Yeah, I had a bunch of them. So now my mother nicknamed me Knowledge when I was young, and I just carried it because I was just always like spelling words, asking questions. Just that kid growing up that I always wanted to know why. Right, tell you to do this, but why? But you doing it?
That's like how my son is. My son Evan. Every time he asks a question, then he asks another question, and like. Knowing that also, like, because, as you grow up, you realize, like, damn, I should have asked some more questions. You know what I'm saying? I might have not took those L's. So I'll be trying to answer as much as possible, but definitely ask questions if you don't know.
So I was that type of kid growing up. So Knowledge was my name. But as far as mogul lifestyles, it started from a nonprofit organization that we built on my college campus, right? Because
you said on your college campus?
Yeah, SUNY Albany, because I seen other people that didn't look like us. All these white boys, they had a business fraternities and things like that, and it was nothing for us. Like coming from the city, young homies. Like I got my homies from Long Island, Queens, Bronx. We all upstate New York together, and we don't have no groups for us to learn business. So I actually started. It was called the Mogul Foundation. It stands for Men of Good Understanding Leadership.
That's fine.
That was it. That's how it started. And then our slogan was like, it's a mogul lifestyle, right? So giving back, community service, understanding business, economics. And I just took it from there. I was like, all right, now I'm gonna take it from there, And then self-storage king. So I've been in real estate and business 11 years, So I've did a bunch of different things. And I got into self-storage during the pandemic, because I had like 40 units residential properties, right? And when the pandemic happened, they put the eviction ban. You couldn't evict people for monetary reasons. And people don't talk about this, you feel me? So I had tenants that wasn't paying me because they like, well, you know what I mean? You can't kick me out, but I still got to pay the mortgage. I still got to pay maintenance, taxes.
And how long did that go on? Because I have a lot of homies in real estate too, and I remember it was nasty, man. Nobody wanted to leave, and like you said, there's nothing you could do.
2 years. I had tenants that didn't pay me for 2 years straight, and I still had to pay the mortgage. And I was, be real with you, cash poor. I was house rich, but cash poor. You own this crib, it's worth $3-4 million, but it ain't cash.
Did they ever have to pay anything back, or for those 2 years they was pretty much scot free?
So finally evicted them once the courts open back up, and then you go to court, and then you win in court. And they put a judgment against them, but that don't mean you gonna get your bread. So they said, oh yeah, they, $20,000 judgment, go get it. But if they ain't got nothing, you waiting for them to get the bread. It's like they still ran off. But took that as an L. That's what come with the business. You know, that's just how business is. You know, people got to understand that.
Out of all the success that you have, what was like some of those, like what was like a bad investment that you did, or, you know, looking back, is like it was a move that you made because you might have felt like you might have seen other people do it, or like, you know what, let me, like, even I want to talk about the cryptocurrency, you know, and like the NFTs, like when all of that stuff was booming, like kind of during the pandemic where everybody was like Dogecoin, Shiba, all these coins are coming out. It was like, you know, you see what everybody's doing, so it's kind of like, it makes you like, you know what, let me put some money on Coinbase. Let me figure this out. You know what I mean? Did you have any of those situations where it was like, let me put my money here and it didn't really pan out?
I never invested in the crypto, like none of that stuff, because I don't like investing in something I can't see or touch. Like I like to drive by my facility, I could see it. I drive by this building, that was just me. I never got into that. But what I would say is invest in other people, because once you get the bag, now you got, yo, bro, I got this idea. We can go do this trucking. You got the bread. Then I got a big heart because I'm coming from the hood. I made it. I want to give my bro a chance. So now I'm the hood bank. Oh, yo, here go 50 grand. You know, go start this. It go wrong, and now I'm losing. So that's pretty much where I went wrong, just investing money into different businesses for other people to run it. I thought like I could just collect check. That's not how it go.
Right,
That's not, so.
It would be nice if it did go like that.
If it did go like that, that's not how it go.
It don't always work out like that. So, everybody that's tuned in, like, you know, your Instagram, your Facebook, you're on TikTok,
all of that, YouTube. It's Mogul Lifestyle. So you see on the shirt right here. I
need one of those, man.
I gotta get you one next time.
I'm into that Mogul Lifestyle, man. You know what I mean? Are you doing any seminars, or you doing any Mogul Lifestyle tours? Cause I feel like you know, we might be able to take the show on the road. Cause yo, this is the information that, like I said, you know, when you pulled up, even for me, it's like, you know, you could always learn, and it's always new information, but it's so much information out there that, you know, you need to be able to know who to tap in with and who's just talking and making it sound good, and like who's really giving out that free game. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of scammers out here, bro. The scammers is out here.
They outside.
Like, click my link to sign up to my course, and you click that link, and now now people got all your information. You know what I'm saying? No,
we definitely need to put something together. I do tours. I go and host different seminars, travel, but I want to give your people something for free. Like, I want to get them a free training. No money out of their pocket. So I could give you a link. You could put it in the description. However you want to figure it out. Or can I give them a text number?
Definitely.
So text business to 347-429-6496. Text business to 347-429-6496. When you text business to that number, I'm going to send them a free training, free course.
Let's go.
They could just rock out.
Come on, keep it a step with biz. You know what it is, man. This is what we do. You know, I'm the same way. You know what I mean? I'm very genuine. I always want to give back because that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So all my followers, make sure y'all tap in with Mogul Lifestyle. Learn the game, understand it. You know, make sure y'all follow, make sure y'all tap in, make sure y'all just pay attention, because, man, when it comes down to working hard and taking your money and investing, which, you know, not everybody is built for it. Like you said, you know, it comes with a lot. You know what I mean? You know, you might see other people, and again, on Instagram, social media, we're going to make it look good. It's going to look good, but it's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes.
Facts.
A lot of ups and downs. And, you got to definitely know how to navigate. You know, they were talking about it's going to be another COVID. Another pandemic or something. And, you know, again, it's like, for some people it's good, for some people it's bad. For me, like I said, if you're a hustler, if you're a grinder, you're always going to find a way. But it's good to be ahead of the curve of, like, how things are going.
You got to stay knowledgeable, bro. But I want to just thank you for extending this platform, rocking with me, and tapping in. So whatever you need, you know, let's make sure we rock out.
We definitely going to line that up. We're going to put it together. We're going to make it make sense. The self-storage king, man. Make it build and keep it a stack with biz. Stay tuned. We working.